to see Santa. Okay, I'm so excited. Well, have you ever seen a sadder gimmick? It's Christmas. You've got to celebrate Christmas. And here I am to help you through what generally becomes quite a monotonous season, doesn't it? If the plan has gone right, it's Christmas Eve. Your kids are in bed. You've set up all the presents. Invariably, they're going to come down in the morning and grunt because they think some of them are shit. But hopefully, 3 videos are going to help you get through the festive season. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Save them for the evenings because you'll be knackered and pissed off with family. Hopefully, I can help you through. We're going to build a Christmas guitar. Yes! I'm a little bit excited about that. I'm planning the last instalment to be Boxing Day. That could be wrong. There might only be 2. I don't know. You'll find out. We love the mystery on this channel, don't we? Do you want to know what we're building?
Yup!
We're building a Christmas guitar out of crap I've got in the workshop. I say crap, some of it's rather nice. Projects that I've tinkered with and put on the shelf, and I'm going to bring them all together because it's the festive season and we're going to make a Christmas guitar. First of all, nothing says festive more than a jazzy. I'm not sure if that's true. If you've clicked on this video because it's Christmas and you think, oh, I might watch this Christmas guitar, the thumbnail looks enticing. It's not going to be an in-depth guitar video series. I might say the odd swear word. Wanker! So definitely watch this one after the watershed. I'd never get a job in Santa's workshop because I am too much of an asshole. There's 2 naughty ones popping out already. Merry Christmas, you bastards. In case you're wondering, it's currently mid-November. If that's burst your bubble, well, imagine how I feel getting Mrs. Richards to dig out a Christmas t-shirt this morning, knowing full well I'm going to go down on a rainy November and build a Christmas guitar. If you've watched my previous videos, if you're a hardcore guitar builder, then you would have watched the jig videos. And I know you're hardcore because people don't watch the jig videos. They always ask for them, but no one watches them. They're worth about 4p. But I use this body blank to demonstrate building custom cavities. So I'm going to use this body blank for this build because I've already done that bit. That's going to save me some time, innit? And I'm rushing this through. So here's me body blank. It's going to be walnut. I like bodies to match necks because that's an attractive feature in a woman. So we're going walnut neck, which I've flattened up and straightened up off camera. I've got to do some tinkering, some wood rubbing. We look a bit of wood rubbing around here. If you're new, there's a few weird things going on in the workshop. It's only me on my own. If anyone walked in, they'd think, what the is going on? We're going to go normal truss rod in this one because I used this neck to demonstrate my truss making jig, which I never did a video of in the end because it was so boring I couldn't put it out there. So we've got a walnut body and a walnut neck. Stay with me. Steamed eucalyptus, which is StewMax cheapy fretboards, but they do actually look very, very nice. I put one on the headless guitar. You can go and watch that series of videos. It's very good. She's very pretty with the lights on. So very, very brown. You think that's not very Christmassy, Paul. How are we going to make it Christmassy? Well, everything we do around here is fabric top. And I've made a panel. You don't have to sit through making the panel. I've already done it. What says Christmas more than a bit of cheapy, crappy wallpaper? Although it's not wallpaper, it's fabric. So we're going to go snowmen, Father Christmas and reindeers. Get ready, buckle yourselves in. Here comes stage 1. Naturally, first stage I've got to do is go and cut this body blank out. I've already marked it from the back, from the rear. Don't normally operate from the rear, but as long as you start slow, I'm game for anything. Let's go over to the bandsaw, shall we? This is where, if you're new to the channel, this is where we do WYSIWYGs. We speed things up so that you don't fall asleep. And Christmas time, that's even harder, isn't it? Because I bet most of you are already half cut. I will be. Well, and there we have it. With a bit of Christmas PPE going on. I have to do a bit of a clean up in between takes. There's no elves in the workshop here.
Call me elf one more time.
So we've got our basic jazzy shape, and I've got a knot that's just fallen out there. Don't even care. We'll fill that with something brown. That'll do. It's a Christmas caster, isn't it? It's character. I'm just going to put my centre marks back on. That's the serious part for people that don't build guitars. You have to have a centre line on your guitar builds. Everything gets built to the centre line. Next port of call is to get this stuck on here. So I'm going to cut it out rough shape. Rough shape. We're in Plymouth. If you're new to the channel, this is Plymouth. And we talk a bit of Janner. It's beautiful, really. Secret hidden language. I'm going to get that on there. Make sure I've got as much spare as possible for a control cavity cover. I'll just go and whiz through this. That's Christmassy as fuck, innit? Come on. Oh, I can't believe he swore. I can't believe he swore at Christmas. Comment below, how many beers in here? How many beers? How many whiskies? I'm a rum man myself. There, we've got our top. This epoxy is a little bit soft. I only did this yesterday. I can still mark it with my fingernail. So I'm going to leave that for as long as possible before I glue it on the top. I'm going to move my attention to the neck. This is a bit of a speed build, isn't it? I don't know if I've got the skills. I'll put this on the shelf, and then when I came back to it yesterday, it was a little bit of a bend in him. Luckily, he was thick enough for me to plane out and just get him flat. We'll just go with a slightly thicker fretboard, bit of eucalyptus. Half expecting to see a koala chewing on it. So here's my neck. I've got to make some alterations. Because I've thinned it out, it's not quite going to fit, is he? So I'm going to stick this in the jig and see if I can line it up. Come on, magic. So here's the jig. We're all set up. I'm not going to go into how this works because some of you are Christmas viewers. I hope you are. I hope you like and subscribe, and then YouTube might pass it on to other people at Christmas. Let's make a thing of it. My neck goes in there. Normally when it goes in here, there isn't a channel already cut. So I've had to line it up for the sake of making the video work. We've got to make that channel about 1/2 mil deeper. That's all I've got to do. And make it a little bit longer because the truss rod I'm using is absolutely enormous. I was thinking about using a bit of carbon, but this truss rod's got a very bulbous end. So I won't be using carbon. I like spoke wheel truss rods normally, but I'd already butchered this out. So we're just going to go with what we've got, haven't we? That goes on the top there. That is all lined up. My router's going to sit on there. I'm going to cut a channel. Everyone's happy. Truss rod sits in the O. And then we'll glue the fretboard on. Sound like a plan? Moving on. It's Christmas, Paul. Fucking hurry up. Ah, voila. The more astute of you will know that I'm skipping things out of the build. I've had to fettle that with a chisel just to get him down flush. The end of a truss rod, by design, is not flat. So that's why I don't like this style of truss rod. I prefer this style of truss rod because, like every good woman, you know where you are at both ends.
Say what?
I don't even know what that means. But it's Christmas, so we'll get away with murder. Hello, Rose. Right, so our truss rod's in. Carry on, Paul, before we get ourselves in trouble. This is Christmas. We can't be talking about that. Wait till they meet Eileen. Now we're ready to get our fretboard glued on. That's the next bit. You've got to get to certain stages of guitar building to get glued up. And then once you're glued up, that's it. You're fucked for the day. So let's get to that stage, shall we? Fretboard's going to get glued on there. I've already flattened and sanded it and made it pretty spanking from every angle. I'm going to glue that on now. Now, there's several ways of doing it. Sometimes we can cut our fret slots and get all that done, get it all profiled and then glue it on. Did that for the last couple builds. Wasn't really that keen on it, to be honest. That's what these silly little locating pins are for. They do work. No, it just didn't really work for me that well. So I'm going to go old school. And I'm just going to glue the bugger on. I'm going to put some tape over here. I'm going to leave the tape in. The controversy will make the internet explode. That's just going to stop any glue getting in the chutney channel. Fucking hell, they're all coming out. Right, bit of glue. In the guitar building world, we use Titebond. No one's sponsored by Titebond because they are tight as a duck's ass. However, if you don't use Titebond, everyone knows that you're a fucking psychopath and your mum and dad are at home in a freezer. So use Titebond, people, at least if you want to pretend to be normal. Wallop that on, upside down, make sure it's tight Ah, you have a tight body. Many clamps. There, we're clamped. I've never clamped it between two bits of wood before. I feel very grown up. Put that aside. Gas mark 7, 24 hours. See you in a bit with that one. Yeah, Mrs. Richards has just informed me that I got a speeding ticket driving home from the workshop the other day. Merry Christmas, everyone. 3 points for this old bastard. I told her no bad news while I'm in the workshop. It makes me very deflated. It comes across in the videos. Last step of the day, I've got to get the epoxy top glued on here because then we've got everything gluing up. We can come back tomorrow with a bit of magic of television and get everything looking a bit more guitar shaped. That's the aim of this video. We're going to have a body all routed out in the correct shape. We'll have a neck all routed out in the correct shape. I think that'll be a good place to get to, wouldn't it? I don't know how long the Christmas videos are going to be. I'm under no obligation to you bastards, but I'll try my best. This epoxy is still a little bit soft, so I'm going to have to be gentle. There we go, that's pretty much every clamp I've got. I keep forgetting I've got this stupid hat on. I'll see you tomorrow for the next instalment. Now you can nip off. Don't think about any funny business tonight, boys, because your kids are going to be on high alert. Not unless you whip her out to the garage. That's a little bit of advice from me. You don't want to get caught. You don't want to ruin the little bastards. Look forward to tomorrow morning. You're probably going to get woken up at about 4 AM by some ungrateful little shits. Actually, my kids were pretty cute when they were younger. Remember these days? Now they look like this. It's not the same, is it? I miss those little buggers. What people don't tell you, when your kids grow up, you actually mourn the little kids when they were younger because they were cute back then, even though they did your nut in. Good luck with Christmas dinner tomorrow, everyone. I know you've got to see all those family members that you've been trying to avoid all year and, you know, just want to tell them to piss off, but you can't, even though you've had 19 sherries. You know who you are, you know. Happy Christmas, everyone. I'll see you on the big day. Be a bit later tomorrow. I'll upload the video at 3 PM as usual, but watch it a bit later. Your kids would be fucked. They'd be fast asleep when they hopefully, or stuck on their iPads. Yeah, I'll remember. Good luck setting up your trampolines in the snow.